Hi Gemini, Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au once again with your October 2015 reading. It's a horoscope reading for what's going on in the heavens, and very, very significant things have been going on. Most notably the transit of Saturn to your 7th house. 7th house is your relationships, marriage, business partnerships, and the general public. So for this planet to move into this area and being a planet of constriction, a planet that challenges you, some consider it a planet that is very, very karmic, then you've got your work cut out for you, that's for sure, over the next couple of years. But did you tune in to the introduction that I just made? Because that's going to help set the stage for what I want to talk about this month and over the next month or two as well. The theme being self-empowerment. So, if you heard this introductory discussion, you realize that, self-empowerment, which seems to be connected to one's free will, is maybe not that easy a thing. So, empowering oneself can often take the reverse method, which is to understand and thereby remove those things that disempower us. And Saturn moving into this 7th house of your horoscope just now is really just at the commencement of a whole new phase in your life, which is going to be very much a challenge for you karmically. We have the Sun, we have a retrograde Mercury, and also the other very important karmic North Node still together in your 5th house of love affairs, which is a secondary factor to this most important one. We're just talking about Saturn moving in this marital sector of your horoscope. Retrograde Mercury up until the 9th, I believe, 10th, my apologies, the 10th. It goes stationary direct. It appears to stop dead still in the heavens. That is usually a significant date, and again related to these things that we're talking about. It will move forward then after this revisionary period where thinking, communications, facts and figures, and generally your understanding of the issues in question will sort of be in a revisionary mode. As the planet moves forward, then understanding can once again prevail, and usually astrologers say that you've got the thumbs up. I have a slightly different attitude to that. Mercury is your ruling planet, so its retrogression empowers you, gives you much, much more insight into everything, but it still has its downside, and that is maybe the tendency to be a little too impulsive. So slow down there on that, especially when it comes to love affairs, because this 5th house of your horoscope is affecting these areas of your life. You have Mars and Jupiter, the real planets of empowerment there in your 4th house, which has to do with your inner happiness, your inner self, family, mother, domesticity, the domestic scene of your life. And some important and positive news for you in this area is firstly the triangular aspect of Mars to Pluto on the 13th, endowing with an indomitable will. So you've got a lot of power there, you've got a desire to make something happen, and you can. We also see the conjunction on the 18th of Mars with Jupiter, and then the other factor that we have there, which I'm trying to find right now, is the preceding October 9 transit of Venus into this same sector. Now, Venus will conjoin Jupiter on the 26th. So these are all very lucky opportunities for you in your home life. You need to avail yourself of that. If there have been problems or misunderstandings based upon your ruling planet in that retrograde motion, empowering yourself also means relieving yourself and those in your closest proximity from any sort of angst and challenge or dispute. And these conjunctions are usually some of the best. So having the Venus and Jupiter conjunction in your 4th house brings with it a lot of happiness, and some would say some lucky opportunities as well. So that's a really, really nice thing for you. The other thing, the new moon on the 13th in Libra is also heralding a start of a new cycle for relationships, love affairs, and even that creative sense. What I find with a lot of people is that they're not able to find something that they love to do, because that again is part of the process of self-empowerment and finding that special activity that puts you in the zone is of course important. That can happen this month when we see that new moon in the 5th house as well, bringing with it additional opportunities for creating new romance, new love affairs, new friendships, so on and so forth. The full moon, which happens at the end of the month, takes place in the sun sign of in the sun sign of Taurus, opposite the sun in Scorpio. So this is the 6th house and 12th house. These are the hidden and challenging areas of the zodiac. You may give a little bit too much of yourself, so you need to weigh that up, measure who it is you're giving to before you actually give. And that's good advice in any particular circumstance. The sun moves out of this 5th house into the 6th house, just preceding that full moon on the 23rd. So the shift of energy there is going to be to your workplace, and also to some extent some health issues. If there's anything bothering you particularly right now, then you maybe need to investigate that and make sure that you can eliminate that. Again, another thing to eliminate to empower you. If your health is in a good state, then of course you have a better opportunity to empower the rest of your life. There's not a lot of hope for those of us who are bedridden to improve too much in our lives or the lives of others. Finally, there's a little bit of a quirky aspect from that 5th house again on the 26th. It's just after just before the full moon on the 27th, which has to do with Mercury and Uranus, giving you a rather scatty sort of thinking process. It's best to avoid any important decisions on or about that date. However, the October 31st trine aspect from the Sun to Neptune is a very welcome one for your work and your career, which is a good note to finish on. And I do hope you'll join me next month to continue the story of how you can empower yourself based upon how these planets are moving. In the meantime, you can join me at astrology.com.au for everything astrology. Take care. Bye-bye.